Hey guys, it's your girl Barbi Larue and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna do a little bit of a life update slash Q&A. I posted on my Instagram, and if you don't follow on Instagram, make sure that you do. I posted for you guys to ask me questions, and I have tons of questions lined up. So if you want to watch more, stick around. Well, this is like a super random video. I was supposed to work today, but because it's snowing in DC, they closed the bar tonight, so I was like, well, I'm gonna be home drinking wine, and I'm doing this hand mask that I found at Marshall's the other day. It's like super random, but I wanted to try it out, and I was like, why not make this life update video that I've been wanting to do. Does this work? Ooh, feels like gooey. I love this. It smells really good too. I'm gonna drink my wine with both hands because I don't want to drop it. So good. So extra. I love wine. But okay, let me log on to my phone. Shoot. It's really hard with these on. Alright. So I'm gonna start with the basics. Questions that I get a lot, especially recently, is are you single? The answer is yes. I am single. It's been 4, 5 months? I don't even know. This is like August. Anyways, it's been a long time. Well, for me. So yeah, I'm single and I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm not planning on getting back into anything anytime soon. I'm honestly like so just somewhere else right now that like, yeah, just doing a lot of like self-discovery and healing and a lot of work within me, that like a relationship right now is just does not sound like something that I can entertain. So I'm looking forward to just being alone for like the next couple of whenever, like, yeah, until I feel ready. Next question is, how long have you been bartending, and how much money do you make? So it's really hard to say how much money you make. I started really young in the industry. I started as a shop girl, so I would literally walk around with like shot glasses for like $5, and then you like keep $1, and then the rest goes to the club. And then from there, I jumped to being a bottle girl, and then from bottle girl, I literally one night I was a bottle girl, and the girl was like, "Hey, do you want to help me out with open bar?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, I've never bartended before, but she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna teach you. Like, this is all you have to know." She's like, "Just pour," and like she taught me the count. So like when you pour, you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, or some people do 1, 2, 3. So like a 4 count is like an ounce. So she taught me how to do that, and she's like, pour, and then you pour the liquor, and then you pour the juice at the same time, so that they, it's like, I'm telling y'all the tricks, but so that the person that you're like serving doesn't know how much liquor is in it, and so it's just like you literally just put an ounce, and then the rest is juice. I was like, okay. So I did that, and I was like, I'm a bartender now. Literally, like after that night, I knocked out open bar, and then I went back to doing bottle service, and then I was like, I want to not be behind the bar. So I started like applying for jobs, and I was like, oh, I'm a bartender. I know how to bartend. Mind you, I had no idea how to make any freaking drink except like a rum and coke. But so I kind of just learned like on the spot. Like, honestly, like half of like the bars, like if you want to work at a bar or a club, all they really care about is like your look and your personality. So I made sure that I went in and looked really cute, and like my personality was shining. And then I promise you not, like I lie to you not, the first interview that I went on, the girl was like, okay, what's in a Long Island? And I had no idea, so I just made up some shit. She's like, what's in a mojito? Like, what's in this? What's in that? And I literally knew like none of the drinks. And then she's like, okay, I really like you, and like I like your look, so you're hired, but I'm just gonna teach you what goes in the drinks. I was like, okay. And that's how I started bartending. um, but yeah, it was like, it's so easy. I feel like once you're like in there, it's like not rocket science. It's just learning to like, you gotta learn to hustle, you gotta learn to talk to people, you gotta learn to like make the drinks at a fast pace. And like once you memorize, like once I make a drink, I'll memorize how to make it. Like whether it's like a French connection or martini, or like now I can make pretty much anything. Sorry. From, and I even like make up drinks, and people are like, oh, I want something sweet, I want something sour. I'm like, well, what do you like? And I just make stuff up. But this is after like 2-3 years of like experience being behind a real bar. So I would just say, like, you can even watch YouTube videos of how to learn how to bartend. As long as you know your count, as long as you're confident, and you go in there and act like you know what you're doing. Don't be scared. Just fake it till you make it. Okay, you just get behind the bar. Just look how people are doing things. So next time you go to a bar, watch the bartenders, ask questions, and just go apply. Like, just be like, oh yeah, I bartend at private events for my family, or just whatever. Like, people lie on their resumes all the time, so you'll be alright. And the most money, okay, the money is like, it really varies. Like, I can't say how much I make, which kind of sucks, because like being a bartender, you have to learn how to save. You have to really learn how to like manage your money. Because there's like slow seasons and there's busy seasons, so it's just like, it really varies. It also varies on where you work at. Like, I like working at the clubs because that's where I always make the most money. That's where I can build a clientele. Like, people will come see me if I post where I'm at. Like, so clubs, you definitely make the most money at a club. And the only thing that sucks is like the hours. Like, you get out really late, so I'll be behind the bar and doing the floor. So I'm selling bottles. Like, I sold like 6 bottles on Saturday, and then like I was behind the bar, so I had tabs in the bar. So it's like, you just gotta be on it. Like, you gotta know how to hustle. Like, as soon as you walk in there, it's like, the only thing that you need to think about is money, money, money. How am I gonna make my money? Money, money, money. But yeah, like I said, like, money to, like, there's some nights that I can walk out of there with like $60, and there's other nights that I walk out with $300. The good thing about my club is that you get paychecks, so like all your credit cards go on your paycheck, or like service charge. So we do an 18% service charge on literally every bill, Fridays and Saturdays and weekend holidays. So that's like extra money. So yeah, like during the summer, which is our busy season, like I'm making a stack a week, maybe more sometimes. Now that it's like winter, it's a lot slower because we only have one floor open. So that kind of sucks. So sometimes you have to like, you either have to know how to save, or you have to have side hustles. Like, you know, you should always have side hustles. Never have one stream of income. You should have like at least 2 to 3 streams of income at all times, because you just never know when something's gonna happen. Like last year, I got hit by a car and I couldn't drive. I mean, I couldn't work for a couple weeks because I was in bed. So it's like, it's always good to have side hustles, money coming in from everywhere. Give me money, give me money. Okay, so yeah, I hope that answers that. I know it was like a lot. I went on a rant. Next question. Someone asked, how many surgeries have you had? So I haven't had any surgeries, actually. I think the only thing surgery thing you would consider or whatever, I just got my lips done, and I've been doing it for like 4 years now. I do it like once a year. I remember like the last time I did it was like a few weeks ago, but before that I hadn't gotten it in like 2 years, because I usually go to California to get it, but I wasn't able to do that. So this time I just found somewhere local, and they were okay. I don't know, I feel like I liked my girl in Cali so much better. Like, she was just really awesome. But yeah, just my lips, and I kind of want to get other stuff done. Like, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I do. But yeah, I mean, nothing big. Like, I like my boobs, I like my butt. Well, I want to like grow my butt, but I'm gonna do that naturally. Um, so yeah, that's it. Hold up, I just had one. Actually, my sister asked. I want to like word it exactly how she put it because I like what she said. From being your early 20s to now older 20s, how have your goals changed? This is a really good question. So I feel like in my early 20s, like, um, I was, I don't know, like I didn't really have goals. I guess my goal was to like make money, and I didn't think of like the long term goals. It was just like, make money, like have a good time, experience life. And my goals have changed like completely. Like I used to be so into fitness at one point, and like I did level multi-level marketing. What the fuck? So I was like really into like, again, like making money and having all these things, and like wanted a car, and like I'm like, oh, like I just want to be like, oh, so cool. uh and I really did focus on like experiences. Like I traveled a lot when I was like in my earlier 20s. I wanted to visit like everywhere in the US and just experience different people and like stuff like that, but I was such a people pleaser. So I feel like now in my late 20s, like I still focus on money, but I'm more focused on like long-term money. Like I want to buy a house in the next 2 years, so it's like, um, what can I do to prepare myself for that instead of making money to like buy cool things or like go here and go there. Like I still want to travel, obviously, but my goals are just different. Like especially like I'm 27, I'm gonna be 30, and it's like this is like the first time that I'm like single and like not even like talking to anyone or like interested in like anything right now. And I feel like that's like your early 20s is like you discover yourself, but you really don't because you're still so young. Like your brain is not fully developed until you're 26. And then now it's like the time where you're like, okay, so I learned my lessons, like I'm figuring out who I am. I'm like figuring out like my toxic behaviors and like my patterns in life, and it's like, how do I take my life experiences and what I've been through and like become the best version of me? So it's like that's where I am now. It's like this is like a true self-discovery moment, I feel like, in your later 20s. So yeah, my goals now are like I don't even like think about like a family or anything. I'm just like so focused on myself right now, and like what I want out of life for like the first time ever. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. um Fuck, it's hot in here. Like I'm wearing this onesie because it's snowing, but damn, it's hot in my apartment. Like what in the world? um so someone asked what happened to your ex. It's very interesting. So I wouldn't say that something happened with my ex or to my ex. Like nothing happened to him. He's still alive, I hope, somewhere. uh but it just like didn't work out. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like it's so much that happened. Like we were together for 2 years, and like at one point this was a person who I'm like, I'm gonna marry and have kids with. But then also like when I met him, I was like in such a different headspace, and I was so lost. Like I was like in survival mode. Like I had been through so much right before I met him, and then I started therapy, and like I started like discovering who I really am and what I want out of life. So it's like I changed a lot as the relationship progressed, and I started noticing that like I was putting out more than I was receiving. I was like really just like being like a people pleaser for him. I was doing everything for him. Like I almost felt like he was like my savior, and he was the one who was gonna come save me. And um yeah, I just put up with a lot that I shouldn't have, and I did way more than I should have. And yeah, in the end, like, we had a lot of like trust issues and like a lot of different problems, which is like, I'm not gonna blame everything on him. I feel like we both played our part in the relationship, and I just feel like we were not communicating like we should, and it just wasn't meant to be. Like, some people are just not meant to be together. Like, it didn't work. Like, and now that I'm like when we first broke up, I was like super anxious, super depressed. Like, I was like, why come back, you know? But then now that I'm like, I'm moving forward and I stepped out of the bubble and I see things like clearly, I'm like, okay, like, he wasn't the one for me, and I see that, and I'm happy that I can see that. Like, we just have so much growth to do on our own, and I feel like I don't know, he just wasn't ready for what I was ready for, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay, I had to take those like hand masks off things because they were making me really fucking hot, and now I realize why it was so hot. It was those things, but they smell really good and they feel really soft, so I'll say it was a success. Um. Anyways, next question. What are 4 goals for 2020? So if you guys watched my first video, you know my first goal was to start YouTube again. So I'm on it. My second goal is just to like continue to love myself and put myself first and make sure that that I'm focused on me this year and what I want. Self-love, boo-boo. Love myself, take care of me. My third goal would be to save money for my house. So I really want to buy a townhouse in like the next year or two. So like, my goal this year is definitely to just stack my money up so I can get my house. Cause I have like, my family loves to get together and I love to host, so I want to have like a nice big house where I can like host people, and I want like wood floors, and I just want a space that I can call like it's mine. Like I live by myself now, but it's an apartment, and like I'm literally throwing money away because I keep paying every month, and this shit will never be mine. So I want to have something that I can, at the end of the day, is mine. And then my fourth goal is to stay like on top of everything, because I do have like a lot going on, so it would just have to be like, it's a lot. So staying like spiritually and like mentally and like just connected to all of my baskets, so that I can reach my full potential. So just kind of like staying focused on what I'm doing and like giving everything like the equal amount of like my fitness journey and like my plans, stuff that I'm doing, and like my nonprofit, and like obviously like work. So it's like I want to give everything the same amount of love and respect, like, you know, water each plant equally so that they all grow. That makes sense, right? So yeah, that would be like my 4 main goals for 2020. Okay, so the next question, what do you want, or what do you look for in a partner? Y'all are not ready for this because I got a whole list. Okay, what do I want in a partner? And I did this on November 20th. My therapist said it would be a good idea because at the time I was like kind of talking to someone, or like dating someone, I guess, after my ex, and I was like, I just don't want to get like wrapped up into him, like, because I'm not like really looking for anything, but I felt like I was getting myself emotionally attached and I didn't want that. So she's like, well, you know, what is, like, why do you even like him? Like, how do you know there's someone you want? Like, what is it that you want in a partner? And I'm like, you know what? Like, I never even asked myself that question. So She's like, well, go home and write a list of what it is that you really want in a partner. And this is something that I suggest everyone to do. Like, it helped me a lot. It helped me kind of like see clear, and it doesn't like, I don't know, it's just, it helped me clarify like my needs. So like the next time that I do meet someone or get into a relationship or like start dating someone, I already know what I want, and there is no like, I don't have to justify certain things. I don't have to like lower my standards. Like, be clear in what you want, and that's totally okay to know what you want and stand your grounds, and like, you don't have to lower your standards for anybody else. I feel like you're the creator of your own story, and if this is what you want, this is what you're gonna get. So this is like super long, so I'm not really gonna go into it. I'll name like a few. So someone who likes to spend quality time together, someone who wants to start a family and get married one day, someone who is honest even when it's brutal honesty, someone who is good at communicating through our differences and not having to raise their voice or get violent, someone who doesn't hide and is proud to introduce, who doesn't hide me and is proud to introduce me to their family and friends, someone who is independent and self-reliant, supports himself, lives alone, and doesn't rely on mommy and daddy. So I know that sounds like super ignorant, but I've had my own issues with this. Codependent, like, it's so much bigger than you just living alone, like living on your own or paying your own bills, because it shows your character and like what kind of person you are, and it just kind of shows like what kind of man he will be in the future. Because at this point, like, girl, you gotta think long term. Like, it's not just we're dating for fun. Like, we're not in high school. Like, if we're dating, then we're gonna date and see where it goes to like start a family and like, you know, start a life together. So I want to make sure that my partner is at least on the same like wavelength to me. Like, we got to be on the same page, because this life is gonna throw a lot of things at, you know, at us unexpected. So we got to be able to like deal with that together as a team, not you running and be like, oh no, I can't handle this, let me go ask my mommy. Like, no, we're not doing that. So yeah, that's very important. Very, very, very important. Okay. I'm like, I can go on and on about this. Listen, I also have a list of like my dating boundaries. So this is something that I created around the same time that I created the other list. My therapist also suggested that I was really bad in life about setting boundaries. So she said it's something I can do. And some of my boundaries are no last minute dates, no in-house dates for the first month. This is very important because I used to do this a lot. Not moving my work schedule to see you. Okay? This is like key, especially for me. No sex until we establish monogamy. Okay? Not playing house, which I'm known to do. No ignoring red flags, which I'm known to do. Yeah, these are a lot of things that I never did in my life. So this is very new to me, setting boundaries. And so far, I haven't been dating, so, but in the last dating thing, whatever, that I had, that was like a month or two, I decided to set some boundaries, and then he was like, wait, what? No. And he flew away. So that was good for me, because I was able to kind of see early on that, yeah, this person wasn't for me, and I didn't waste months and months of my precious time and energy. So boundaries are very important and very useful. I guess that answered the question. I hope. I know I went into kind of a rant, but yeah. Actually, one of the questions that I asked, I guess kind of we can put it in here because it's kind of like same topic. Someone was like, how long have you been in therapy? And it was like the biggest lesson, or like the biggest way that it helped. I think that's how they worded it. So I've been in therapy for a little over 2 years. I know I started, it's probably about 3 years now, actually. It's like the biggest thing that I've got out of therapy, I would say, is like getting to know me and like taking care of me and healing myself for like my future kids, and like, you know, like the cycle, like I want to break the cycle, so to say. So yeah, that has been like the biggest thing that I got of therapy. I really suggest everyone should go to therapy, honestly. Like, it's been really amazing for me, like such a life changer. And like a lot of people, like if you don't want to go to therapy, if you don't feel comfortable going to therapy, which I know a lot of people don't, like they don't want to talk to a stranger, I'm gonna link below like a couple of therapists that I follow, and like their advice has helped me a lot. And then like a couple of books that I've read that like were just like mind blowing. It just like opened my eyes in so many ways, and I'm like, wow, yeah, that makes sense. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna like link those below because I feel like so many women would benefit from it. I mean, like these pages are like directed to women because I'm a woman, so that's why I was like attracted to them. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's very helpful to have a conversation with yourself and be honest with yourself, so you can like grow and be the best version of you that you can be, and like love yourself so that you can love others and like truly find like good, like good, real, genuine love, and not with just like romantic relationship, but like friends and like family. Yeah. So I had to bribe him with treats for him to come out. He was hiding. But I wanted him to say bye with me. Bruno. Okay, let's let him eat. Was it good? Was it good? Was it good, buddy? Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, make sure you like it and comment below and subscribe. So, but thank you guys, and we will catch you on the next one. Say bye.